The International Standard Name Identifier is an identifier for uniquely identifying the public identities of contributors to media content such as books, TV programs, and newspaper articles. Such an identifier consists of 16 digits. It can optionally be displayed as divided into 4 blocks. It was developed under the auspices of the International Organization for Standardization as Draft International Standard 27729. The valid standard was published on 15 March 2012. The ISO Technical Committee 46, Subcommittee 9 is responsible for the development of the standard. ISNI can be used to disambiguate names that might otherwise be confused, and links the data about names that are collected and used in all sectors of the media industries. Uses of an ISNI. The ISNI allows a single identity to be identified using a unique number. This unique number can then be linked to any of the numerous other identifiers that are used across the media industries to identify names and other forms of identity. An example of the use of such a number is the identification of a musical performer who is also a writer both of music and of poems, where he or she might currently be identified in many different databases using numerous private and public identification systems. Under the ISNI system, he or she would have a single linking ISNI record. The many different databases could then exchange data about that particular identity without resorting to messy methods such as comparing text strings. An often quoted example in the English language world is the difficulty faced when identifying John Smith in a database. While there may be many records for John Smith, it is not always clear which record refers to the specific John Smith that is required. If an author has published under several different names or pseudonyms, each such name will receive its own ISNI. ISNI can be used by libraries and archives when sharing catalog information, for more precise searching for information online and in databases. And it can aid the management of rights across national borders and in the digital environment. ORCID identifiers consist of a reserved block of ISNI identifiers for scholarly researchers and administered by a separate organization. Individual researchers can create and claim their own ORCID identifier. The two organizations coordinate their efforts. ISNI governance. ISNI is governed by an international agency, commonly known as the ISNIIA. This UK-registered, not-for-profit company has been founded by a consortium of organisations consisting of the Confédération Internationale des Associations Écoutes Écoutes d'Auteurs et Compositeurs, the Conference of European National Librarians, the International Federation of Reproduction Rights Organizations, the International Performers Database Association, the Online Computer Library Center and ProQuest. It is managed by directors nominated from these organizations and, in the case of CENL, by representatives of the Bibliothèque Nationale de France and the British Library. ISNI assignment. ISNIIA uses an assignment system comprising a user interface, data schema, disambiguation algorithms, and database that meets the requirements of the ISO standard, while also using existing technology where possible. The system is based primarily on the Virtual International Authority File Service, which has been developed by OCLC for use in the aggregation of library catalogs, access to the assignment system and database, and to the numbers that are generated as the output of the process, are controlled by independent bodies known as registration agencies. These registration agencies deal directly with customers, ensuring that data is provided in appropriate formats and recompensing the ISNIIA for the cost of maintaining the assignment system. Registration agencies are appointed by ISNIIA but will be managed and funded independently.